If you're ever cold, you can just take a dab, you know?
Yeah.
You know, when was the last dab you took? You don't smoke aggressive weed.
Uh, no, I don't. Yeah, I just smoke after work. I used to smoke before work, and that was a bad idea.
Yeah. So you smoke after work, and you have a rule, spliffs only.
Yeah. Excuse me. Uh, it's funny you mentioned that.
Spliffs only? Is that the religion you go by?
No, it's just I don't know. It's uh, I started smoking spliffs in high school back before God dang Obama took away. I don't know about. I don't know if you know about Zin tobacco.
Zin?
Yeah, flavored tobacco.
No, I only know Zine's alcohol.
No, it was
Original White Claw.
just yeah, you could get blueberry.
Mm-hmm. It's flavored tobacco.
Yeah.
Was it actually nicotine or is it just tobacco?
Yeah, it's tobacco.
Yeah.
Like blueberry flavoring.
So you would put that in with your weed and it'd make it blueberry flavor?
Yeah.
That is fun.
Yeah.
But
Thanks, Obama.
yeah, he took away flavored tobacco.
Yeah.
Goddamn Obama. But you do. I mean, that's all you smoke is spliffs,
Yeah, I feel like.
and that's just the way. It's just always been.
No, I used to have glass, like when I was a child.
Child, when I was children used glass.
Yeah, and I really love the art of glass.
Yeah.
And like I had.
I mean, but there's a whole art to. There's a whole art to rolling as well.
I mean, it's all technique.
That's technique, not art.
Yeah, and then it's therapeutic.
A therapeutic, I can see.
That's the payoff.
Well, back to the original question. When was the last time you took a dab?
Probably like with you.
You took one with me?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't remember. I mean,
Yeah,
it
was like a long time ago.
Yeah.
Probably. No, I don't know. Maybe for Christmas or something.
Christmas, that was the time. The old Christmas dab, once a year.
Yeah, it just makes me cough too hard. And I remember when it first came out, and everybody looked like they were fucking
Zombies.
Like fucking hitting crack and stuff.
No, it definitely is the most crackhead looking way to smoke weed.
There's just like a lot of steps.
Yeah.
And
the one that topped it before this was knife hits.
Oh,
you ever taken knife hits?
Oh, hell yeah.
Dude, you get torn up.
Yeah, I remember our local dealer at the time, he had some sour diesel.
And that was the big.
And, oh my gosh, he said, you do a nice rip of this, it's going to taste like a big old lemon.
A little tangerine out.
No, it tasted like a fucking lemon, dude.
Nice.
It tasted so good. I remember.
And this was Knife Hits Day?
Yeah.
Where you just pack it into a small little pinch and you just fucking.
Yeah, we would just break off little nodes of nug, and then
Did you use an ice hootie? We used to take a Dr. Pepper bottle and cut the bottom off.
Yeah,
flip
that's
it
what
around.
it's called.
That's what we called it. It was a hootie. And you had to have a friend. There was one time I didn't have friends in college. I didn't have friends. And I tied this hootie around my head with a shoestring. And it looked like a fucking gas mask. And I was taking knife hits like a crackhead in my kitchen. Dude, I watched a kid plank, black out, pass out, standing up, fall, and smack his head against the wall. Uh, and it was just a knife hit of hash, because this was like before wax was ever a thing. And we would just pack it into small little beads of hash, and then you put them on top of a pot, and then you just, and it would smoke so fast, so much,
Yeah.
and people would pass out. I remember zombieing myself, where you're just like, oh,
So with the hootie,
yeah,
you flip it around so the big part's over
yeah,
your nose and mouth. Oops.
no, I would use the bottle.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So yeah, the bottle just sucked through, and then the big part's over the knife hit.
Okay, yeah, that's what I did. I didn't know it was called a hootie. I thought it was called a blowfish, actually.
A blowfish. Well, yeah, Hootie and the blowfish were big during the knife hit scene, so it only makes sense.
I don't want to be with you.
Because I only want to be with you.
Come on down to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah. What, don't they have like a whole street dedicated to them?
If they don't, they should.
If they don't, get it out there. This is the pitch. I only want to be with you. Well,
thanks for having me.
yeah, thanks for being here.
Have
Do you
a good
want
night.
to? Do you want to? That's it, folks. That's knife hits and out. One and done.
I'm glad I could be honest about knife rips.
Yeah, I mean that was the most honest conversation I've had in a while.
Same.
Knife hits, spliffs only. I do remember one time you were all drunk and we were at a comedy show, and the comic on stage, I'm a big fan of, was basically ripping into you the whole time.
Oh.
And he goes, hey Phil, do you have a dad? And Phil just goes, spliffs only. Spliffs only. And Phil thought the comic asked him if he had any dabs. And Phil responded with spliffs only. But so the comic was really confused and made fun of him again for it. So it was great. I enjoyed that night of comedy.
And then I fucking ruined his set. Or
No, you didn't.
I mean, I that was just like rude of me, and I was like wasted. I was pretty blacked out.
If anybody can handle it, it's him. If anybody can handle it, it's him.
He.
Well, and you also, like, it was weird because we showed up, you had, like, a shot of sake, and you were, like, a different person. Or we were like, what happened to Phil Corridor? We want him back.
Yeah, I was
We want Phil Corridor back.
turned into Philip.
Yeah, that was a Philip for sure.
Yeah, because, like, only my mom and the cops call me Philip.
I know. I have. I've never met your mother.
Oh, that's too bad.
I know. Do you have a close relationship with your parents?
It could be closer.
It could be closer, as they all could be.
Yeah, but
They live in the area, though, yeah?
yeah, they
They
live
live
down south.
down south. Yeah, I've never met them. Do you ever invite them out to comedy or shows or anything?
Oh, I don't know. I think they like a more mild, like Josh Creedon's type, like, you know, when he's not talking about, you know, his
The dark
usual
stuff. Yeah, the dark stuff.
Yeah.
Describe your parents for me, Phil. Are they Christian? Are they religious? Is that why they're into Josh Creedon?
Oh yeah. They're Jehovah's Witnesses, actually.
Jehovah's.
Yeah, I was raised up in that.
When did you break from religion?
Like when I was 18.
18. You said
Yeah,
no more
I
of this.
fucking-
Spliffs only. No more God.
No, I was actually like hitting a pipe in the kitchen, turning on the fucking
Fan.
yeah, the fan over the stove,
Yeah.
and I thought it would like go outside, and
And for the most part.
I was just a lad.
And your mom got angry at you?
No, my dad got
And your dad got pissed?
like, he's smoking in here. Like, I only had a little bit. And he was like, you're smoking weed?
That's fun.
And, I think I was just like, whatever, man. I'm going to Boulder and I'm going to live with Andy Deuce. I hate this. And
Last time you ever talked to your parents? No.
yeah. No, that was probably like 2008,
Yeah.
2009, and
Hey, Phil,
Again.
your volume's fine. Would you pull the microphone a little closer to you?
oh, okay.
Like, the volume's fine.
Is it
but
okay?
it
Because,
just goes in and out.
yeah, it was going in and out.
Totally. It's just if you get a little closer, or if you, like, pull the thing to it. I can,
Oh, so it should be like right here.
yeah.
Dang, it feels like pretty loud.
I think you're okay. What do you think?
Yeah, that's fine.
Really?
I feel like I've been calming it down a little bit just because to match your energy.
Okay.
But that's just me
yeah. It's
feeding
just-
off of you.
everybody, like, when I do like raise my voice, people are just like, they don't react like I just yelled really loud.
Mhm.
They just react like I was just talking in a normal voice.
You have like one opener when you go up on stage and you have like energy where you're like, what up, you tit lickers?
Oh yeah.
And it's like one of my favorite Phils because I think it takes everybody by surprise. Where they're like, whoa, Phil just called us all tit lickers in a weird, aggressive way.
Yeah, that's like one of the reasons I don't invite my parents, because like all my comedy, like, it's not really like the,
You think you got too many?
Curses.
You think you
It's
got too
just-
many poop jokes?
yeah, I'm all poop
I know,
jokes,
I
so
know.
That's like my bread and butter.
I know. I've seen him. I've seen him work and I've seen him not work.
Your
Oh
favorite?
my gosh. They didn't work at,
No way. I don't believe you. Wherever it is, I don't believe you.
the Harrison's bar.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've yet to be there.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah.
It's fucking tight.
So Phil Corridor,
They weren't ready for the poop.
they weren't ready for the poop jokes.
Yeah.
You gotta get them into it. The poop jokes.
Yeah. It's like, hey, Mom, I was thinking, you know what really has been dividing us this whole time is
The poop jokes. You don't get them.
we're not being honest about our poops.
Everybody does it.
Yeah, it's true. It's true, and Phil's here to make it funny. Is what happens. Everyone does it, and Phil makes it funny.
I try my best.
Yeah, dude, I've seen poop jokes crush. So I want to get into Phil Corridor.
Yeah.
I want to get into Phil Corridor, the name.
Yeah. So it's
Be honest about it now.
capital P H I capital L.
I like the M capital too.
Yeah, because I'm always high in the middle of everything.
Is that your Okay. What about the last name is the one I want to get into.
Okay. It's a pseudonym.
A pseudonym. What does that mean?
It's a... Oh, is that the right word?
I don't know if it is. It's a
It's a fake name.
It's a
It's
fake,
a stage name.
Yeah, stage name.
I don't even know if it's a stage name because you use it in everyday life now. Like that's your go-to. That's how people know you. It's a
Yeah.
surprise to find out that your name isn't Phil Corridor.
Oh, yeah.
It's an author name as a pseudonym. So maybe that's
Oh yeah,
more
that makes
accurate.
sense.
Oh,
Like I guess yeah, you're writing. But your real
We just harmonized our ums.
but your real name
You guys want to do
is
some yoga real quick?
yeah.
My real name is Mark Spliffson.
Mark Spliffson. It reveals himself all along. Who would have thought Mark Spliffson would be here on the podcast with us? No, it's Phil Hall.
Mark Spliffson. I was Mark Spliffson on Facebook for like 10 years.
I know. That's a legitimate.
That sounds like a plumber.
I remember you telling me about Mark Spliffson. I'm sure he'll return at some point. He'll be like 80 years old.
He lives in all of us.
He lives in all of us, Mark Spliffson. When did you change your name from Phil Hall to Phil Corridor? Because it is honestly one of my favorite like name switches out of anybody, just because it is its own silly joke.
I did it probably in
When did you change your identity?
maybe like right after. It was right after Mark Spliffson.
Oh, rest in
Like-
peace, Mark Spliffson and Phil Corridor came to
So
surface.
probably like 2016 or something.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's not real old. The old Phil Corridor. I don't know any other
Yeah.
Phils.
That's when I just like started hitting it real hard.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
2016.
Where did corridor come from?
Well, you
You
know,
get
like
You don't get it? Like a hallway?
Yeah,
Like a corridor?
totally.
corridor.
Why did you
is,
choose a
like,
hall? Oh, because it was hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a hall. Corridor is a form of hall.
Hey, look at
Oh,
you.
see? Some people, I guess, don't even get the joke.
Clever.
Or I thought it was like genius, but Evan over here.
You guys just cracked the Da Vinci Code. That was awesome.
I was like, do you not get it? I was like stumped that you didn't.
But
It's a corridor.
Yeah, I just didn't feel like Phil Hall. Like, I don't know.
Didn't resemble you.
Yeah, I didn't like the
You're more of a corridor for sure.
two-syllable
I feel like a
middle
corridor
name.
is like a long, drawn out, maybe some turns in it, and
Yeah.
like a hallway. A hallway is like straight.
Yeah.
I feel like a corridor could have some angles and more. I mean, you're more unique than a hall, I would say.
Yeah.
You know, you're a corridor for sure.
Excuse me.
Yeah, even having just Phil end in an L,
Yeah.
and then Hall end in an L.
Mm-hmm.
Phil Hall.
Phil Hall. Phil
Yeah.
Hall. What were you like as a young boy? What was like 8, 9, 10-year-old Phil like?
I was a sketch ass.
Sketch ass. You're just like a stray dog,
I mean, like, yeah.
like sketchy
I was-
or like skittish.
No, I was just, I was always my own person.
Yeah, I can obviously see that, but I feel like you like the same energy, but like excited about different things. I guess. Did you have the same energy at like 8, 9, 10 years old?
I think I was like more active.
Oh yeah.
Like I was, stoked on cars and stuff.
What was your thing? Was cars?
Yeah, and like
You do mention cars when we drive by them, like where you're like, "Ooh, was that a Ferrari?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
Like like posters in your bedroom and shit?
oh yeah,
You had car posters.
I had a Lamborghini Diablo, the black one.
What would be your first, like, if you could buy a supercar?
I got it from the book fair.
Take.
I would get the. Sorry, I'm touching all these corns.
Don't be. You're good.
Okay.
If you could buy a supercar, what would it be?
I would like to get that fucking GTR.
The GTR.
Yeah.
Have you ever driven like one of these fast cars?
No.
Oh man, when's your birthday? Let's get Phil.
Oh,
I feel like there's like a car rental service.
yeah, where
that you can pay like
Yeah, Riff Raff uses it all the time.
riff raff.
Oh shit, dude, he's gonna hear this.
Phil
I know.
makes a
He's
music
actually
video.
a big listener. He's been DMing me left and right, and I'm like, Riff Raff, we'll get you on soon enough, bro.
Yeah.
Soon enough. That's what I told him. I hope he's doing well.
Oh, he's crushing it.
I hope he's still trying to become a professional wrestler because that was my favorite time.
Oh yeah, when he was the Peach Panther, and he was like cultivating mass.
Well, yeah, he's still probably huge. Riff Raff.
Yeah.
Lamborghini Diablo Black.
Yeah.
That one is tight.
And you could play that one in the original Need for Speed.
Yeah.
And
That car is sick.
Yeah.
I'll give you that
I
much.
could see you looking at that poster as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also like made a model of it, die cast.
So cars. Did you have any other interests?
Coins.
You had coins. That was your interest.
Anything that started with the letter C.
You had
Corridors.
coins and cars.
Rocks, naturally.
Coins, like vintage, like collector's coins, or was this like when the?
Just like
How do you get into coins?
Yeah, it's like a 90-year-old man's game. It's not an 8-year-old's game.
I just thought it was weird that, like I was using like quarters from 1975.
Yeah,
Like what is this quarter seen?
the
Kinda stuff.
stories. So you would just
Yeah,
collect
yeah.
anything that was like before 1980.
Or just like really old
Nostalgia for
Like,
years.
oh shit, this is
You
from
weren't a
like
part of.
1966 penny. Like
Yeah,
I'd keep that. I really liked rocks. I was into turquoise.
turquoise.
I feel
The
like
color turquoise, or just like the stone and jewelry,
Yeah, the rock or
Yeah.
the mineral.
the mineral
Fucking-
rocks.
Yeah, I was
Alright.
into rocks. I feel like I was wearing like rings at that time. Or that might have been like 10 or 11.
10 or 11, Phil's rocking jewelry,
And like watches.
turquoise jewelry.
I was in.
Who were your idols
watches.
at 9, 10, 11?
Uh,
Like who were you looking up to?
I don't know. Idolatry is pretty bad in the Jehovah's Witness.
Well, I'm just curious, like, where you got these, like, who were you picking up these fashion senses to be like, yeah, I'm putting rings on, I'm rocking some
was-
bling on my wrist.
I think my biggest influence was my oldest brother.
Oldest brother.
Yeah.
I guess we
'cause
haven't talked about how many siblings you have.
I have 2 brothers and 3 sisters.
Jesus.
We're the Black Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know you had that many. Are they still in the area?
My brother lives in Missouri, Blue Springs. It's
That's
like
not the area, but
no, yeah. One of my brothers does not live in the area.
okay. And the rest do?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you invite them to like any of your cool things you got going on?
Nope, they're
How
pretty steadfast.
Yeah. How close are you with them?
Not really. I think they resent me.
Resent you for how badass you are?
Yeah, and I learned recently that resentment is a part of the envy family.
Envy.
Yeah.
Brother with resentment.
Yeah, it's just like they were like raised really strictly, and then they felt me and my little sister, who's like 30
Yeah.
right now, 31.
Uh-huh.
They just thought, like growing up, like we could do whatever we wanted, and like we didn't have like.
So they thought
nearly
you
the
were
de-
privileged almost.
Yeah.
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 Like
and-
you had different freedoms. You were
yeah.
allowed to do different shit.
Well, mostly we didn't get beat as much.
Okay.
Fair is
Like-
fair.
Like felt like still like a lot, but I feel like it was
Any is a lot.
Yeah.
it was the right amount.
It was the perfect right amount.
Yeah.
Because my brothers, my brothers always said I had it easy because they were like, "Mom fucking spanked us. Mom did this," and I was like 6 years down the road after my other brother, and
Yeah.
And I did have it easy. Mom was just like, whatever, learn your own goddamn lessons. And I was fine with that.
Yeah.
But I didn't know you had so many siblings.
Oh, yeah, they hate me.
What? That's so
No,
crazy.
They don't.
I know, but
They
still, like,
But also, like, me being secular,
yeah.
like, I'm technically bad association. And, like, my brothers have children.
Yeah.
Like, my oldest brother has 3 children. Like, my oldest nephew is like 21.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, my parents have been married 50 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a long ass time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so you said your oldest brother was your inspiration at the time, I guess, or who you looked up to when you were wearing bling and ring on your.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like. Oh, sorry.
Don't be.
I am like very comfortable. Don't worry. I feel it.
You look comfortable.
But yeah, I feel like I, got a lot of, my stuff from, all of my siblings a little bit. Like my older siblings. Like I definitely got my taste in music from my oldest sister.
Yeah.
And she's like,
and that was like
50 right now.
the new wave punk scene when you were young.
Oh, like fucking Chemical Brothers. I was into. She had the Dig Your Own Hole album.
Yeah. I definitely found music inspiration out of my middle brother, Calvin. Calvin.
Oh yeah.
Everyone knows Calvin's got a job. Well, that's that's crazy. I didn't know. You should invite him out. I feel like you're. I don't know. Who are you closest with out of your siblings?
I think we're all at the same distance.
That seems so weird to me because, like, yeah. Like, I've gone through some shit with my brothers, and we still reach out regularly. They, like, or my oldest brother is, like, super supportive of comedy, tells me I need to be doing other bigger, better things. I need to get on America's Got Talent. And he just, like, he has a different image of what the game is.
Yeah.
And, like, this is the first time in a long time where I felt like I've had momentum. And he's like, you need to go to L.A. I'm like, bro, I'm not doing it. I'm like, Denver's fine for me right now.
Yeah.
But he just thinks so different. But I'm still close with my brothers, like I said, and we've been through fucking hell and high water.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just saying, I feel like you should reach me personally. At least have a couple of them close to you. I don't know. I think that would be cool for you.
Yeah, this is for the best.
Was there any like big blowouts or anything that like ever ended, or it was just like kind of grew apart, never?
Yeah, basically like when I left for Boulder.
That was the big move.
And then
Going to Boulder.
left Boulder for Truckee, California.
All right.
Living out there.
How long were you in Truckee? Because that spot is dope.
It is really fucking
I just picked up a Lake Tahoe poster today.
Yeah.
It was at the garbage, and I took it with me.
Yeah. Keep Tahoe black. I've seen one of those stickers.
Yeah, that's fun. Was Tahoe very black?
No.
No, that's what I was like. I mean, it's got to be it. How long were you in Truckee for?
Oh, dude, see that fucking bridge? That's Old 40. And me and my old climbing partner, Bill, did a fucking swing off of that.
Yeah.
We rigged up our climbing ropes, and then we fucking, like,
I skied.
did a pendulum.
When I was in Tahoe, I skied Sugar Bowl.
Oh, hell yeah.
And Sugar Bowl was the only one. Was the only mountain that got like hit, and we got fucking solid, like 13 inches of fresh powder, and it was like still bony, where we had to like ski rocks and we're clipping shit,
Yeah.
but just not giving a damn. It was fun.
Hell yeah.
That ski resort was originally bought by Disney,
Oh, really?
and he was gonna turn it into like the Winter Wonderland Disneyland.
Oh, I heard about that.
And
yeah.
so all the runs and like lifts are called like Disney and Donald Duck and
Yeah.
Daffy and
Yeah.
Mickey. And you're like, I'm skiing. I mean, this is fun because you're like, fucking Mickey Mouse is a double black diamond. Dude, that thing is sketchy as all hell. It's like a 2-person gondola. You're like, yeah, I could die at any moment. We were skiing. Oh, no, I'm getting excited. Show me some fucking. That was a dope ski hill. I had a blast there. Sugar Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are all the runs? I can't see them from here.
Me neither.
I know they did a bad job. But anyways, Truckee, super badass.
Oh, well.
No, Mount Disney, Crow's Nest. Yeah, we skied Mount Disney basically, and that whole left side shot. The day I was there, and we were skiing the cat track all the way down to that further, like skiers left. Strawberry Fields, dude. I remember skiing Strawberry Fields.
Sick.
Dude, that place was dope. Anyways, Truckee. Keep it black. That's funny.
Phil, have you ever been skiing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got into the snowboarding.
Oh, I ripped on a snowboard, dude.
Gosh, I tried, and then I like finally got a Jeep. I got a Jeep Cherokee, and
That helped your snowboarding?
well, yeah, because I could like get up to the mountain.
For sure. It makes sense, but
But,
just the way it was tied
Oh
in.
yeah.
Once I picked up my Jeep, I was ripping turns on my snowboard. I was like, now I got the confidence I can snowboard.
But yeah, that was a crazy time. That's actually how I broke my back
Snowboarding?
and trucking.
I've never heard this story about breaking your back.
Yeah.
God damn. Snowboarding, dude, when you're like learning and catching heel edge or toe edge, it is painful. At least to watch, because I don't snowboard personally. But I mean, I worked in a rental shop where people would be like, I broke my wrist. Here's this snowboard back. Or here, I have a concussion because I fucking smacked my dome on the ground 8 times. 8 times I did it.
Yeah. The best way is to visualize the bottom of a board as like a half circle.
Yeah,
And
sure.
so like when you're like level, then you can turn any way.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, just remember to be on either side of the half circle, on either edge. Yeah.
I can snowboard. I just prefer to ski. But
yeah.
But a lot of people, it is a painful one to learn because it's just like smacking. How'd you break your back?
Oh, I was
Sick air?
fucking idiot.
Blowing the cornice? What are you doing?
So like,
Hot dogging.
I finally got a job. I was basically a bum out there. It's like a whole. It was like
It's a culture,
whole thing. It
I've
was
heard.
3 months that like. I don't know. I don't want to say ruined my life, but it definitely changed it.
Well, yeah, you're living in the most expensive part of the fucking of California, at least one of the most expensive parts.
I mean,
And this is right after
didn't-
leaving you leaving Boulder?
Yeah, probably. I lived in Boulder for probably like 9 months.
Nice.
And then, like, I was living with my manager at Domino's. So he basically, it was just like, you're gonna work when I work. But he, like, worked all the time. So he'd be, like, working from 4 to 4 every day. And, like, I wasn't on the schedule.
Yeah.
And so, like, I went climbing one day. Because, like, at the time, me and Bill were, like, busy conquering fucking El Dorado Canyon. Like,
That's impressive.
dude, we were in it and we got, we did probably five routes,
Damn.
and they were like multi-pitch, like,
I never realized you were such a alpinist.
oh yeah.
I didn't know you were such a mountaineer.
Well, I'm just
What's that?
a recreational
Climber. But still, like, those are accomplishments that, and I look at them, I think, different than some do.
I mean, just because, like, I know mountaineers and, like, I don't do that shit.
Well, I mean, there's a different level to everything. And the hardest part of, I feel like, that game is having money and being able to, like, buy gear and, like, have the time off. And, like, I mean, it's an expensive hobby, no matter what you're doing in the outdoors, you know?
Well, like, yeah, when I was young and I had, a license and, like, and I had a car, like, we would just, like, we lived, like, in the suburbs. We could go down to Castlewood Canyon down in, like, Castle Rock.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I learned, because, like, you can hike up to the top of, like, the plateau, and then you can just get on some bolts up there.
Yeah.
And then, like, you rappel down. And then that's pretty fun. Just, like, nice, easy climbs. And then, like, we could go up to Golden. And, like, yeah, I was hitting it hard in Boulder. Like, up Boulder Canyon, there's just endless climbing. And it's a lot of world-class routes.
Definitely. I mean, people move to Colorado. Like, I grew up watching, at least skiing in the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah.
When it was fucking Bluebird,
Oh.
2 feet of powder. I mean, people were ripping. Glenn Blake, I mean, is one of my idols still to this day. And fucking, there's photos of him ripping snorkel deep powder with his mohawk poking out. Just getting it, dude.
Oh, yeah, I know that guy.
Glenn Blake. He's like one of the most legendary ski.
Oh, yeah.
He still to this day has a mohawk that's like a foot tall.
Yeah, Bill.
Usually rocks it like green or blue or purple.
Yeah. Bill showed me all the
old rip and ski photos. Yeah.
He's like, we're going to watch Hot Dog.
Dude. And you watch, I mean, anything back then, fucking, there's something about McConkey was a ski film that fucking, The Blizzard of Oz, so sick.
Yeah.
I mean, Warren Miller was cool and all, but
yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Fucking nerd.
So funny.
Yeah, Warren Miller's son who's listening to this podcast right now.
Oh, shit.
I'm
supposed to go to his birthday party.
Oh, yeah, as you should.
Are those hot toddies?
No, but would you like a tea? I thought it would be cute to bring it in when I go later.
Oh, thank you.
This is the tea segment.
Thank you.
This is called Kickback. This is called Tea Time.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and Phil's now selecting his tea choice. Please let us know what you choose from. This is tea time.
Oh,
This is also
there's
the noises.
too many.
This is the noises
I'm
Phil
not
makes
having tea.
you're not having tea. There's too many choices.
Would you rather a beer?
I'll just like brew the tea and then pour some beer in it after I drink a little bit. Like,
This is
I'm
Phil.
gonna do very berry.
Very berry. Let us know how it is. I feel like you're a bear. Oh, you're a berry boy.
A hot naughty.
Hot naughty. Well, Phil wants a hot toddy, but we all know what he means.
Yeah.
The old hot naughty.
Yeah.
I still find it crazy that you have so many siblings, and
Yeah, they're pretty.
I'm gonna reach out to
cool.
them. I'm gonna take a list of their names. You can name them on the podcast if you'd like.
Yeah, all right. Like,
But I'm going to reach out and be like, "Hey, I've got this really amazing comic. You should come check him out." And then, bam, Phil just smashing while he's blacked out drunk. That's what Phil does, dude. I've seen Phil smash.
I was gonna tell a story of seeing Phil perform pretty
Intoxicated?
in the tunnel. He was heavily focused. It was your birthday at the thrift store. That was a fun one though.
The thrift store?
Yeah. Oh, fuck. That's when I like did 20 minutes or something?
You did great, dude.
Was that at the vintage shop that I put on?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It was his birthday.
Yeah. No, I've seen Phil murder for 20 minutes while no coherency whatsoever.
That's how I used to do it. I came in the scene, like, going last and waiting with the beer and, like, maybe, like, 4 or 5. I'd go up and I'd be like,
That's dope. Yeah. I mean, because I've seen you smash sober as well, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But the fact that you've done it at times that I've seen it is always crazy to me.
Yeah, sometimes it's pretty fun. Sometimes it's like, oh, sorry.
Spliffs only.
Like,
Splits only.
I was at Juneteenth last summer.
I heard you crushed that set.
No, I think I like blacked out in the middle of it, and they're like, "Dude, you were up there for 25 minutes. Shanae Ross can't even headline."
Oh.
Well, I mean, maybe she could have, but like, she just got up there and just like, she was like, "Hey, thanks everybody for coming," and like went around with the tip jar, and I was just like, "Fuck."
That's funny. Because for some reason I thought you said you crushed. But now it sounds like you weren't being honest about it, and we're here to diagnose.
I have it. I have it on.
You have it on
my
video?
phone, yeah. I haven't watched it yet.
I like how you're too embarrassed to watch it.
Yeah, I feel guilty.
Don't feel guilty about anything you've ever done on stage, Phil. It's always gold. I do recommend poop jokes, no poop jokes sometimes, but that's just me. Maybe reading the room.
I mean, I do need this tea. Thank you.
He's just been playing with the tea bag for like 3 minutes unintentionally.
He just put life in his eyes for a second there. I've never seen your eyes open up so wide.
Oh, it's nice. When you talk that like for like 45 minutes, it's nice to have a tea.
It's nice, coffee. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. You do have a very soft voice. What if there was something that just like you started drinking tea regularly and then you're like, oh my God. Chocolate rain guy. Chocolate rain.
Yeah, no, I have a kettle.
Have a kettle? That's tight.
Yeah. I'm kind of a celestial seasonings kind of guy.
You lost me there.
Well, just, it's around and it's usually like 2 for $5. And
with the tea?
It's a type of tea.
I like the zingers.
I get it now. The zinger. I'm a lemon zinger kind of guy.
Yeah.
I only really drink tea when I'm feeling under the weather.
Yeah.
Or like a harsh throat.
Shout out Tension Tamer.
Tension Tamer.
Awesome.
If you had to identify as a type of tea, like if you were a type of hot tea, what would you be?
Phil's definitely a tension tamer. Is that a type of tea, or is that one of their kinds of tea?
Yeah, it's really good.
I feel like that's you as a person.
Oh,
like, hey, I'm the tension tamer.
Here to relax the situation.
Yeah, well, I'm usually just trying to tame the tension within myself.
Tame the tension. I did write down tensions or a story. Do you have any? I feel like we have a very open, honest relationship, but we don't. I don't know. We don't share. I guess I don't know. We just keep it silly. Our relationship's mostly silly, and when it's serious, it's serious.
Yeah.
But you don't share stories with me about when you felt like racial tensions were high or someone was racial towards you, I guess. I've heard, I mean, a couple here and there, but I feel like, do you have a story that comes to mind when someone was just blatantly racist towards you?
Oh yeah, me and my friend Andy, we went up to Saratoga, Wyoming.
Saratoga. That seems like the place it might happen. I feel like just by that sentence alone.
We were at the hot springs because they're free.
Yeah.
In like 24 hours or whatever.
Was it clothing optional, hot springs?
I'm not sure if they had that.
Okay.
But
I was just curious because I've been to clothing optional hot springs.
yeah, like Idaho Springs.
There's a few of them. There was like one I went to where it was like there was like caves, but they were gender specific, so it was just a bunch of old dudes.
Oh yeah,
naked in a
Sick.
right, isn't it?
yeah.
That's awesome.
It
That's rad.
was tight, I guess. Cool. I mean, they were very hot water.
Lots of wisdom in that pool.
Dude, yeah, that's the place you go to in a video game where like the naked old guy's like, I have a story to tell you, and you're like, oh wow,
Cooking like a carrot, man.
you're like you were disgusting, but yeah, tell me your wisdom. Sorry, so you're in a hot springs, Wyoming, Saratoga.
Yeah, and this, it's just like me and Andy on like one side. It's not like very crowded.
Andy, who's Andy?
He's like, one of my best friends.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Is he also black?
No, he's from Iran.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Iranian.
Yeah.
I almost said Persian, but I don't know if that's politically correct.
I feel like both attractive people. Persian just sounds sexy.
Yeah, it does.
That sounds like
Meow. Persian.
Yeah.
Anyways, you guys are at the hot springs.
Yeah, and we're over here, and then there's like some I don't know, like they look Japanese
Okay.
from, their bone
You can- yeah.
structure.
You can just say
Uh,
they were Asian.
yeah,
of the Asian persuasion.
Yeah.
they could have been Russian.
Well, yeah, I guess. You do the math.
Russia's a big place.
But anyway, like they definitely weren't Chinese, and so there's well, that comes in later. So
Okay.
they're over there, and then there's like this fat white guy.
You can
with
say it
some-
redneck, honky, I'll call it.
I didn't see the shade of his neck, but
A crack.
he was like being whoa.
I said it with an A.
Oh my.
He was a cracker.
Well, anyway,
Sorry, distract you.
yeah, this big fat white guys being all loud, drinking PBRs,
As they do.
tall 24s, and he was with like these girls who seemed kind of young, but he was like trying to impress them, and so he like fucking like started talking to the Asian people
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, you guys are triad and stuff, like saying like weird stuff like that, and like
Just being uncalled for.
yeah, and doing an offensive impression of the language,
Yeah.
and
I
then
mean, hack in my eyes, but you
oh
gotta
my
take
gosh,
chances
this
out
guy
there.
was so hacky.
This guy was so
and he came at me, after with the clicks and stuff.
damn. That's
And
just
he's like at the other side of
the area. Like he didn't need to involve himself in any other
yeah, we're all
situation.
just like chilling, and he's just trying to impress these underage girls, and they loved it.
That's unfortunate.
He knew his audience.
Damn.
Yeah, and like me and Andy were looking at each other like, what?
Yeah, just confused.
And then they eventually left, and as they passed by, they made a spitting noise,
Yeah.
like as they passed me, like all of them, even the little girls.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa,
I mean,
that was.
It's like just the lowest of people, and seeing that is scary.
yeah, but the fact that, like, I mean, they felt like they had a space and people they could impress with those actions is crazy too.
Yeah.
You know? And just the fact that they involved themselves out of a whole different scenario that didn't need to happen, you know?
Yeah. But I saw it like that. Yeah, it was just fucking depressing. Like this, this was this guy's life,
Mm-hmm.
and like,
He's a sad man.
yeah, I felt bad for him.
I mean,
It was like, hey, I guess you got that win.
yeah,
I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna go do my rake
200 miles away
and not
later.
Yeah, and like, what does he expect? That like you're gonna change because of, or like, I don't know what his actions think are gonna
Exactly.
acquire.
Yeah, that's why, racism feels really bad, but like, it's up to me to choose how it affects me and
Yeah.
how I react. And yeah.
Well, the fact that you even just had empathy for the fucking.
Well, and I mean, and that's
You were like, man, he's probably got it rough.
Yeah.
That's just
I-
clearly not. Yeah, that's crazy.
it's not your everyday take.
It
When
was
it's
more sympathy.
Yeah, when it's directed towards, and at that point you have to. I mean, it's like a weird it's like a weird brainwashed at that point. Like, he was raised by his father and his grandfather, who all had these weird fucking beliefs because they live in
Close-mindedness.
a blind part of the world where they're allowed to have these thoughts and there's no like repercussions or anything that like, or just even not even repercussions, but just like everyday activities or things that happen where you're like, oh, these obviously aren't true.
Yep.
Like, these aren't these beliefs that I've been put in my head aren't real, you know?
Exactly.
Because I was raised in a very blind part of the world and have some weird racial history in my neck of the woods.
Yeah.
And I go back from just even like traveling and like getting out. And I'm like, holy fuck. Like,
Racial or racist?
racist.
Yeah.
Full blown racist.
Yeah.
I mean, there's branches of the Ku Klux Klan. He ran for governor I had an imperial wizard run for sheriff of my hometown.
Whoa.
Yeah. On the front page of my newspaper was a burning cross.
Whoa.
And they were like, come to our gathering on this day of the month. I was like, you did a full page print of a burning cross on the front page of our newspaper. You got to be fucking kidding me.
Whoa.
And it wasn't like the newspaper took their whatever media angle at it, where they were like, hey, we don't support this, but it is happening. We should let you know. But they shouldn't have printed that big of a picture. Like, it made, I remember,
Front page news.
yeah, I remember Trevor Noah, or I think one of the late shows made fun of it because they were like, look what North Idaho's doing. And it was just like our front page. It was like the Daily Bee. It's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, you guys.
That's intense. That's like scary.
Yeah, Ruby Ridge happened right north of my hometown. There was some guy that put a bunch of racist propaganda on the windshield of the high school parking lot, like all the windshields.
Oh.
And it was like, hey, join our white pride.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask to visit because you say it's like a beautiful place.
That's the craziest thing was like, we moved there. Like, so my dad could work at the ski resort. It's a gorgeous part of the world. Like, I'm very grateful for like the childhood I had, because it was like easy just riding bikes around town, go to the lake, swim with your friends. But you look back on it and you were like, it was very was very white.
Yeah.
It was very white. I mean, I had
It creates that closed-minded thinking
yeah.
when you are just like surrounded by the same race.
Well, and it's
You
weird
don't
because
understand other cultures.
because once I like got out, I was like, I mean, I never had like strong beliefs where it was like, oh, these people are bad and these people do wrong. Like that was never in, especially in my household. My parents were very,
Chill.
yeah. I mean, but at the same time, you get out and you're like, oh, that dude I went to high school with was full blown racist. And there was like, I mean, all 50% of them I probably were full blown racist.
Yeah.
But it was like a weird thing where you're like, oh, that's kind of brainwashed into them at this point, where they haven't seen or they haven't experienced other,
Yeah.
just in general. So,
Yeah.
and so like that piece of shit that was in Wyoming, I mean, that's like a low life. That's like, watch, I know how to get a real rise out of them. It's like,
Yeah.
you're just a piece of shit is what you are actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And low life is an accurate description.
Low life. I mean, you are, I guess, Wyoming.
Yeah.
You know, what you gonna get?
Yeah.
You're gonna get some low lives.
You think you guys could have been friends if you told him you collected coins?
Yeah.
Look, dude, I got this really old quarter.
Yeah. I mean, and I think you always have like a great, I think, perspective on, I guess, racism. Like one time you had me and this other comic at a mic. You were just describing a story. You were just telling a story about another comic who got on stage and did some really racial jokes, but you were telling us, and like you were laughing, we were laughing. The way we were, it was the experience. It was just, you had us dying laughing, telling like the most racist street joke, and I was, and it was a joy.
Oh yeah, the streets of London.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
guy. But it was just a joy to watch you like laugh about this like racist bit, and then
He
be like,
was
he was an
just
all right guy.
joking.
See,
He was just joking.
he was just joking.
I also heard from somebody else once where you followed them, and they admittedly said that the material wasn't great, but you followed them and you were like, "I'm sorry, guys, that one's an asshole," and it like actually helped the person where he was like, "Oh, I don't want Phil to think I'm an asshole. Maybe I should write a little nicer."
Yeah, that
I
one's.
said that.
I could see.
You want to
it.
know who?
No, we're not name dropping
Oh,
here.
do you have the soundboard where you can beep it?
Yeah, no.
Oh,
We'll talk about it later.
okay.
Rhymes with Schmaman. Schmauer.
That one's an asshole. That's fun.
I said that.
I have one where I break. I have one where I follow Phil. I'm like, if Phil doesn't say the N word, I
Oh,
guess I
yeah.
will.
Oh yeah. That was-
And then I don't. Well, it worked. So it worked well one time because he used to have a joke about getting rid of the word or the letter G.
Yeah.
And you still, I mean, it's great, but when
And the anagram.
yeah,
For
I
the
mean,
N-word.
yeah.
Yeah.
But basically, anytime I follow Phil, I can just use that as an opener
Hell
because I know Phil isn't using the N word, but it's just silly for me to threaten it.
yeah.
But that's comedy. That's comedy.
Yeah, you did that molecule effect recently.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's a thinker.
It's a fun one. It's a fun one.
Phil, you do pretty interesting work now. Or I don't know if you're still doing it, but you were.
Oh, I really,
Work. I'm like, what are we talking about? I was confused.
yeah.
I was so impressed to see him in like work clothes.
Yeah.
Like construction shit.
Oh, like my job, yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
He
the
was
work.
thinking artwork too.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? All right. Well, that sounds way
Oh.
more exciting. Go into that.
Oh no, I thought you were gonna remind me of a joke. I'm like, yeah, hit me. But yeah. I do restoration and waterproofing.
Yeah.
Right now we're fucking, the King Supers on 14th and Spear.
Yeah.
And like, how you can take a ramp to like park up there?
Kind of.
Like,
yeah.
because the King Supers is like in a parking garage.
Okay.
So like there's 3 levels to that parking garage,
Totally. I know what you're talking about.
and it was like about to be condemned, so we had to fucking repair it.
Restore the whole thing.
And right now we're under that first ramp that goes up, and it's a fucking nightmare.
Dude, that's a lot of construction. That's a lot of concrete. Right?
Oh yeah. They re-poured the second ramp to the 3rd level, and yeah, that I wasn't there for that. Thank goodness.
Phil the Builder.
Phil the Builder. Yeah. You do get to go venture into Yellowstone.
Oh yeah, I'm going back one more time
Yuck.
this summer.
You had some weird racial tensions in Yellowstone when that guy shredded your ID.
I don't know who did it, but like everybody seemed to like be looking for it, and then like I finally went back. This happened like one day.
Yeah.
Like I went back the next day, and like they couldn't find it. They brought out a different ID. Like, is this you? Like, no, that guy's white.
It's so crazy. That, yeah.
And yeah,
The fact that they shredded it.
yeah, that was unnecessary.
Yeah.
I could have kept it with the other ID from who knows when.
Yeah.
You know, like I went back the next day. And that was lame.
That is uncalled for.
But yeah, other than that, everybody's chill up there. I live in West Yellowstone,
Yeah, yeah.
Montana.
Yeah.
Yeah, represent.
Mm-hmm.
And I live in this fucking vacation home that the company pays for,
West Side.
which was like cheaper than just having a hotel for 3
Yeah.
months. And it's like brand new. The guy who owns it, he like built one, and then he like built another one like exactly the same.
Right next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like we were the first ones to live in the new one.
That's dope.
Yeah, everything was very crispy.
Yeah, I bet. Just a bunch of dudes ruining it.
I fucking forgot to tell him to put USB outlets in.
Oh.
Actually, like he kind of did, but it was just like you plug it into the outlet and then it's just an outlet with the USB.
Yeah, they fucked up.
Oh no, like in dimmer switches too, because like 18 fucking lights come on when you switch one light switch, and then like
Phil's just here to give notes on the new homes.
yeah,
That should be a new television show called Notes on New Homes.
right.
You know what you need? A dimmer switch,
Yeah, hindsight homes.
a bidet, a bidet. Is there anything you're curious about that that you would like me to be honest about? Do you have any questions for me, Phil?
How big is it? Just be honest.
Well, honestly, I've never I'm sure I've taken a ruler to it at some point, but I don't recall.
I do.
Numbers.
Like you were saying the other night, like, it's a muscle. And like, like you've mentioned in other podcasts, like how you get your exercise, you get your steps in.
Yeah.
So like, is it really vascular? Sorry. No, you don't have to be honest about it. Does it?
Are you dick strong?
It gets pretty angry, I'll tell you that much. It's not about the size, it's about how angry it gets. Phil.
That's tight.
No, I mean I don't know how to describe it. The best compliment I've ever gotten on my penis was that it was handsome.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, it's above average, but I don't think it's like large.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I don't even know.
Here, let me pull up a picture.
Yeah, everyone. I'm sure I could point you in the right direction. I could point you in the right direction.
Phil, do you think, do you judge Austin for writing out his sets? Because you don't write out your sets.
Oh,
Do you judge me for it? That's like a harsh word to be like, you piece of shit, writing out your fucking set. The jokes that you want to say, you piece of garbage.
Phil doesn't have to.
I know he doesn't because he's a fucking boy genius.
I mean, I just had this thing where it just feels weird, like writing stuff down. Because I feel like now it's like on the paper, it's outside of my head.
Yeah.
And then like when I try to remember it, I just remember it on the paper. So I'm like reading the paper in my mind's
So you
eye.
think writing it down, it lets it escape from your brain?
Yeah, and it
In a
doesn't
fresh
feel,
way.
Yeah, it feels like I'm just like reading it.
I get that.
Reciting it.
Yeah.
I get that.
I remember you showing me your phone at Brews once, and you were like, look, I don't think I've written out a set in 4 years. You like went through your notes.
Yeah.
And then you saw one and you were like, ooh, I'm going to bring that one back. And I'm like, that's why you write them out, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like recording a lot of my sets now too.
Hell yeah.
Just to have a reference. And also for the clout.
That motherfucking clout.
Gotta get
Yeah,
it
dude,
up
you've been
on the gram.
Posting reels, dude.
I know. I'm motherfucking reel's been
Yeah.
getting traction.
Just trying to flex on hoes.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about Pasta with Phil?
Oh yeah, coming to you this February probably. Yeah, I'm just gonna like have friends on. We're gonna cook some pasta. I think I'm gonna go back to just only pasta dishes.
Well, that's the whole title.
Yeah, because then I
makes-
was just like, oh, what if I'm just like making pasta all the time and like nobody wants to? Whatever,
I've got a
they
pretty
gotta
dope
get-
pasta that I'll feature on your.
There's so many pasta dishes.
Yeah, so I'll keep it, pasta with Phil, and then once we, run out of pasta dishes, we'll do pea foods.
Nice.
Yeah.
But
You
also,
just do it really basic that you don't have to like cook them. Like peaches with Phil,
yeah.
pears with Phil, and then you just slice them, and you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, here we are.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have people on, and we're gonna cook, and we're gonna shoot the shit.
Oh, like
And
a
then-
pie Thanksgiving episode.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yep,
Yeah,
it's in the
yeah.
works. It's already on the schedule.
yeah.
Coming this November.
Coming next November. Yeah, this coming November. The Thanksgiving episode. We should film it now.
Yeah.
Get it ready.
Exactly. Yeah, just
That'll be the first one you film. People are like, what the fuck's up with the turkey? I thought it was a pasta thing.
that'd be sick. I'll take a fucking paid week off of work and just like film 36 episodes, make 36 pasta dishes. Like,
Crunch time.
pre-made, like every step is just like already ready to go. And we're
You're just recording 8 pasta
Yeah.
episodes a day.
and the live studio audience is just everybody like who's about to go in there for the next
That's fun.
episode.
That's fun.
I have so much seating at my apartment.
Oh, sick. Cheers.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's get this thing started. Evan, do you want to count me in?
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 4, 3, 2, 1.
I like them.
Oh, yeah. You heard it right. Welcome to another episode of Come In, We're Open. It's Honest Conversations with Austin Langley. Today we are joined by studio audience and my friend and yours, Phil Corridor.
Hi Austin.
Hi, Phil. Thanks for joining us on the podcast today.
Hi Evan.
Hi, Phil.
How are you?
Well, I mean, is there anything specific that you'd like to be honest about?
Let's be honest about honesty.
Honest about honesty. Do you respect honesty?
You gotta.
You gotta. Well, and that's been the podcast. Let's play us out. Phil, thanks for stopping by today to come